Friends and family, this is SP News Nuggets, and you guys, I was up at 2 o'clock. Some of you guys came on in there, you couldn't sleep either. I had got some disturbing news, and I said I was going to share that video with you so that not only you can hear it, but you can see it for yourself. And I'm going to share with you with no interruptions, so here we go.
Thank you for being here today and for your willingness to meet outside in the heat while the Sheriff's Office continues to do our part to stop the spread of COVID-19. Joining me today is our State Attorney, Mr. Andrew Warren, who worked expeditiously with us on this case. Thank you, Mr. State Attorney. And a religious leader from our community who's committed to public safety and the welfare of his congregation, Bishop Thomas Scott. Bishop Scott, thanks for being here today with us. We're living in unprecedented times right now. So many people have lost their jobs, are under stress, and looking for some sense of calm and normalcy. I believe there's nothing more important than faith during a time like this. And as a sheriff's office, we would never impede someone's ability to lean on their religious beliefs as a means of comfort. But practicing those beliefs has to be done safely. Last night I made a decision to seek an arrest warrant for the pastor of a local church who intentionally and repeatedly chose to disregard the orders set in place by our president, our governor, the CDC, and the Hillsborough County Emergency Policy Group. His reckless disregard for human life put hundreds of people in his congregation at risk and thousands of residents who may interact with them this week in danger. Since last Friday, March 27th, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office has been in contact with leaders at the River of Tampa Bay Church. We received an anonymous tip that Pastor Dr. Ronald Howard Brown refused request to temporarily stop holding large gatherings at his church. And instead, he was encouraging his large congregation to meet at his church. Pastor Howard Brown's actions were a direct violation of Executive Order 20-5, which went into effect on March 20th, limiting gatherings, including faith-based gatherings, to less than 10 people. He was also violating a safer at home order, which went into effect on March 27th, advising Hillsborough County residents to remain in their homes as much as possible to create greater social distancing and reduce the spread of COVID-19. On Friday, and again on Sunday, Sheriff's Office personnel and legal staff spoke with attorneys representing the church in an attempt to educate them on the dangerous environment they are creating for their members, our community, and explain why they were in violation of these orders. Additionally, members of our command staff personally went to the church to attempt to speak with Pastor Howard Brown, who did not make himself available, but was advised by church leaders and his legal staff that they were once again refusing to cancel the Sunday evening church service. The River of Tampa Bay Church has an advantage over most places of worship, as they have access to technology, allowing them to live stream their services over the internet and broadcast television for more than their 4,000 members to watch from the safety of their own homes. Instead, they encouraged people to come and gather at church, even provided bus transportation for the services. This pastor held not one, but 2 large services on Sunday, one at 9:30 a.m. and another at 7 p.m. Because of the reckless disregard of public safety, and after repeated requests and warnings, I worked with our state attorney, Andrew Warren, to obtain a warrant for unlawful assembly and violation of public health emergency rules, both which are second-degree misdemeanors. Again, our goal here is not to stop anyone from worshiping, but the safety and well-being of our community must always come first. At this time, I invite our state attorney, Andrew Warren, to make a few comments. Mr. Attorney?
Good afternoon. First, let me thank Sheriff Chronister and his executive team for handling this situation promptly and appropriately. Public safety is always our number one priority, and make no mistake, this issue is about the health and safety of our community. Putting your parishioners at risk in a time of an emergency like this is not only reckless, but it's illegal. If you're violating the Safer at Home order, law enforcement is going to direct you to stop. And the order is clear that it's intended to promote compliance, not punish non-compliance. But where people are refusing to obey law enforcement in this regard, you risk being arrested and prosecuted. I'd like to note that I think it's unfortunate that the pastor here is hiding behind the First Amendment. One, it's absolutely clear that emergency orders like this are constitutional and valid. Second of all, leaders from our faith-based community across this country have embraced the importance of social distancing. They've encouraged their congregations to practice social distancing for their own health and to slow the spread of COVID-19. Lastly, I'd remind the good pastor of Mark 12:31, which says there's no more important commandment than to love thy neighbor as thyself. Loving your neighbors is protecting them, not jeopardizing their health by exposing them to this deadly virus. I want to thank the sheriff again and his team for how quickly they worked to bring an appropriate resolution to this situation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. At this time, I'd like to invite Bishop Thomas Scott to make a few comments. Bishop Scott?
Thank you, Sheriff Chronister, and I would like to also thank you for your support and the importance of public safety in Hillsborough County. I want to say personally that we know we have a great sheriff here in Hillsborough County who has been doing a great job, an outstanding job for this community and to provide public safety. Let me just say that we need to understand how important this issue is to us, COVID-19 and social distancing. It is very important. It is important also for the religious community to govern themselves according to the laws of the land. The Bible instructs us to obey the laws of the land. Secondly, Jesus says, if you're compelled to go 1 mile, go 2. If you're compelled to take off your overcoat, give them your top coat, which means what he's saying there is go the extra mile, the distance, to make sure that you're within compliance. And so today, what we have done at our church, at the 34th Street Church, is that we have ceased services on Sunday morning, on Wednesday night, and we do streaming online and Facebook Live on Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock and as well on Wednesday nights. And so we value the importance of the laws of the land, and we value the importance of social distancing, and more important, protecting our parishioners. Make sure that they are not in harm's way or that they spread this deadly disease throughout the community. So, Sheriff, thank you again for your support, and thank you for what you're doing in this community.
Thank you, Bishop Scott. I also thank you for not only what you do for our faith-based community, but the entire community as a whole. We're fortunate to have you. Thank you.
No doubt. Play on, play